Jay's moving his microphone, even though we're recording. Shoulda Did More Reading podcast number 5.
Good day.
I'm pissed off at this podcast today. This episode today more than ever.
Why?
This is the Shoulda Did More Reading podcast, and today's subject is bucket lists. Bucket lists.
Are we a little young for that?
So, not physiologically, I wouldn't say anymore. No, but the bucket list, so it's those things you want to do before you kick the bucket, you know? For you, one of the things you want to do, obviously, is move that microphone while we're recording so it slides along the table.
There we go.
So, things you want to do before you kick the bucket, and I really thought this was easy when, what was it, 2 days ago or yesterday, whatever, when we thought of it. And I thought, this is easy, because it's just a list of stuff. And these are things that it gets right along with the theme of the show, self-improvement, etc. Things that you want to do before you die. And I budgeted my entire travel time today in the morning, which is a couple trains and all that crap. And I couldn't think of anything that I wanted to do. Anything, like, put everything Kate Upton related aside.
Yeah.
You know? Other than that, I mean, what would I need to do before I die that I really want to say, before I die, I really want to do that?
What about, see, you said do, and I was thinking more of...
Or see, it's the same thing.
Yeah, see, and things like that. But it's interesting when you told me, you know, what about doing something instead of going somewhere? So, yeah, I have a couple of each, but we can talk about that.
So, I'll just start out and say that I thought of one organically, and then coming back from Boston to our bedroom community, I looked up other people's bucket lists, and from there got some other ones. But this is the I Shoulda Did More Reading podcast. You can listen to us on iTunes. Please subscribe. And YouTube, the I Shoulda Did More Reading podcast on YouTube. Right now it's just a still image video. Hi, there's people outside the window. And so there's nothing there. But we have a horrid number of subscribers. There's very few subscribers. And we need more because... if we're gonna, make a fortune out of this, which I think we're on par to do right now, if we have this number of subscribers and gain this number every month, probably by 2650 or so, we could have enough subscribers to actually make a third of a Bitcoin. But no, we just want people to get the point and listen to us and to have these conversations, and we'll have you more involved as well, the listeners, and we'll use social media as we grow our presence and all that stuff. So it's I Shoulda Did More Reading. On Instagram, it's I Shoulda Did, I think. I don't know. We said we'd be...
I thought we would put that together.
I know. All it takes is and I have this at work, all it takes is to print out a sheet of paper and put it in a laminated thing, and then we can read off it. Twitter at I Shoulda Did, I think, as well. Or go to at Tom Shattuck on Twitter, and you can see that some of this stuff. Facebook, I Shoulda Did. It's a blue thing. When you see the blue thing that says I Shoulda Did More Reading, you have reached yourself there. Reached us there. So, I'll start right in here. This is the bucket list show about stuff that we want to do or see before we die. Or was there something else you wanted to say?
Oh, no. I was just going to touch base. I know we talked about the last episode. We wanted to touch base about how that I thought it went very, very well, but also it was also just because I think it was just about ourselves more so than anything. So it was a little bit easier to and a little more fun to talk about ourselves, obviously. But what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't want to do a whole critique of every last one. I
thought
it was
indeed.
Good. It was fine, but it was about ourselves. But I mean, there was nobody else here. I mean, but also,
well, that's true.
But I mean, it's something everybody can play. That was about music and songs and things like that and what they mean. And I think everybody can, ride along vicariously and play the thing themselves.
Yeah.
I think we could have been more informational and some other things as we went along. I thought it was good. I had fun. I had fun
too as well.
Today too, even though I'm pissed off at the topic because I just came to it and realized I didn't have anything. It was what would I do? What do I want to see or do? So it's something like go to the Grand Canyon. I would do that. If it were there, I would go, and it is there. But but I wouldn't wait in line for 20 minutes to see
No.
No way. And if you add the wait in line factor to any of this, I would do almost nothing to wait. I wouldn't wait in line an hour for chemotherapy. I'm sorry. But I mean,
I've seen that in action.
Yeah, no. So nothing jumped out at me. The only one thing jumped out at me organically that I would like to see before I die, and that is a tornado. to see an
Interesting.
an actual tornado. And I'm not being a tough guy. I don't want to, fight the tornado or lash myself to my chimney and challenge. And I don't need anybody to die. And it doesn't have to be destruction. But like that natural thing would blow my frigging mind.
Yeah, it is. They're awesome. I've always loved them, even as a kid.
Yeah, even like dirt devils, dust devils they have in the West. Even those are cool, and those are like 25 feet high.
Yeah.
I mean, to see a tornado like you see with the storm chasers, see it way across the cornfield and it's moving. I would like to know how that's actually because the real sound is probably never really captured.
Yeah.
The sound that you get when you're there, it's like with gunshots when you hear them on TV or whatever. It's like,
the firecrackers. Yeah, you don't really believe it. Yeah.
But man,
I know the only I remember as a kid I was afraid of the big storms that would come through New England, and we would watch to make sure nothing was happening. We'd go in the basement or whatever. But I remember the only thing that we used to be able to look at a tornado is in the encyclopedia. Or something like that, some reference material at the library. Yeah. So, or caught on, but now, I mean, you can look at whatever you want.
Forever.
It's amazing. So it's pretty cool.
You can look at you're right. You can look at those forever.
Yeah.
Remember when there used to be like in the 90s, if there was a tornado special, you'd like stop right there. My brother and I bought a video cassette of tornadoes. In the 90s, and that was
no kidding,
and that was still awesome. That you could see these rare tornadoes with people doing either stuff like footage from the 50s with stuff blowing around, or from the 90s with a little counter, on the
from the big VHS recorder.
Yeah, and now the tornado stuff is better than ever. That's aside from all the deaths and ruined lives.
That's a tough bucket list item to have, though.
Right?
You have to be there, right? I mean, you have to move to the Midwest and Tornado Alley.
We do get them here, but we don't get the great ones here. But Jay, you've seen. Imagine just seeing those, and maybe you have seen them in your travels. Those huge dark anvil clouds.
Love that.
Oh my God!
There's nothing like a good storm.
Absolutely. And up here, we're in New England. We have blizzards and boring. I mean, kids like the snow.
I disagree with the blizzards. That's not boring. If it's a good blizzard,
but it can't compete. I mean. I just don't think...
Oh, it can't compete with a tornado. No, indeed. Not for as far as... But for the excitement level, if you're all safe and sound, hunkered down, that is a fun time right there.
Yes, and this wouldn't apply to us, but to other people, probably it's a really good time to have a couple of cold beers and really make a party out of it.
Indeed.
Blizzard up north. But yeah, I would like to see a tornado. That's my organic one that I've initially come up with. And do I have any concerns about it? No, I don't. I just want to see a damn tornado.
Well, that's fun. I thought, I didn't want to have the cliche ones, and I thought about it a lot, and I was thinking there's two of them that I have. There's three altogether, but two of them I have that are specifically from when I was a kid. I remember this gentleman coming over to our house, and he did the Appalachian Trail, and I was like, wow, what is that? And I looked into it and studied up on it a little bit, and that's something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail. It is roughly a 2,200-mile trail that runs from Georgia to Maine, and it would be just an incredible...
So it's a lot of hiking and camping, man.
That's all it is hiking and camping. I mean... You go through all these little passes and towns and things like that, but there's usually there's a lean-to or a campsite about a day's hike away. But you go through you see all the flora and fauna change as you move up. Apparently, you're supposed to go. Ideally, you start in the spring and you start in Georgia and hike up. It takes you about 5 to 7 months or something like that to do it, but. That'd be pretty incredible.
So that's the Walk in the Woods thing, right?
It really is, yeah.
No, it's the book of Walk in the Woods, right?
Oh,
have you not read the book?
I don't think I have.
Oh, Jesus, it's a great book. It's all about a guy. I think it's a true story. A guy and his friend doing the Appalachian Trail. It's funny because it's a guy and his fat friend. And of course, the fat friend loses all sorts of weight during it. But eventually in the book, they come to a town with a motel, and I was happy when they got to that town. But you're a different cat. You like sleeping outside and stuff, and that's...
I guess you get used to it, I mean, it takes a little of an adjustment period. I mean, I go camping every year up in Maine, and for a week at a time, and we're outside all the time. It takes a couple of days to acclimate yourself from being in a home to being outside 24/7 and having no shoes on. I mean, but once you adjust, it takes 36 hours or whatever, 36 hours. It is a great feeling. It's where we belong. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, I know you do, and I see you liking it. I always thought that was more natural for you to just be walking around in a place like what is the place? Hermit Island.
Oh, Hermit Island, yeah,
Right.
indeed. That's a great special place, of course. Yeah. So we started going there, and my dad started going there in 1956, actually. So we've been pretty much going. Our family's been going every year since. And you went last year with your family.
I did.
You didn't have a very good site, but
campsite. Ours was fine.
got flooded.
It was fun. Well, it was our own first campsite, so we had a blast.
Yeah.
It did get flooded. I was done by 7 days. I am good in camped, and I get it. No.
I don't think you did 7 though.
Did I not?
No, I think you did 4 or 5.
No, I didn't do. I did more than 4. We
Huh.
did. I think we were there from weekend to weekend. I thought we were there. We were there for long enough time for me to get it and understand. And I'd learned to do some things. So that's one thing that would be good in the Appalachian Trail. You learn to do some things like making fires and learn efficiency in cooking outside.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was pleased with that. And for the Appalachian Trail, I think I'd like the survival stuff.
Yeah.
To imagine like spending an entire day being self-sufficient like that, catching breakfast or picking breakfast, cooking breakfast. You know, when you're hungry as hell, catching a trout from a stream.
Huge success. Huge.
Yes, it is freaking delicious.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like it.
Yeah, no. So
It's interesting. Some people actually have support vehicles, which is kind of a cheating, I think, in my opinion. But I mean, I can see how great that would be. However, I think I would like the all natural. You know, take what you need and use what you have, and that's it. That's the way I'd like to do it.
It would certainly be a very good weight loss thing to do.
Oh yeah,
and I would. And there's another thing actually that just the walking itself would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think. The idea of bears, it's not cool.
So there are the threat of that. There's a threat of that, and the weather is also a big threat. And getting lost, a few people have died getting lost. I mean, there's not a lot of problems, and then outside people that come in and randomly attack.
That's great.
That does not happen often.
Other than that,
it's happened a couple of times over the past few years, but it's been around for over 100 years. The one thing that would be interesting is the choice of partner that you choose. Can you imagine the stability of that relationship that would be tested over and over and over again?
Oh, like at the Ritz-Carlton for a week, it would be tested.
That's true.
Anywhere like that would be totally tested. That would be very, very tough.
Yeah.
Plus, somebody like if you went with me, obviously I wouldn't pull my weight. Obviously, I wouldn't really do much of the cooking, or I'd be essentially I'd be a dependent.
I thank you in advance for that.
Yeah, no, I would be though. Yeah, I would be because I'm not. I would. I don't know.
I don't know. It seems to me right now it's a stretch to think that
dude,
something.
Right now's the time. You've got some time in your hands. Seriously, I mean, on a long weekend, you could head down there. And, I mean, I don't know. I'm voting against your Appalachian Trail.
Okay, that sounds good.
Personally, I respect that you would want to do it. It seems like quite a hike. I don't know how. I mean, and I've seen you like this. I only get so impressed with the evergreen trees in the forest. I'm not all that impressed with it. I know I'm supposed to be, and we've got a place up in Vermont, and it's very beautiful up there.
Yeah.
But I am done with it in the beauty in minutes.
The Northeast Kingdom. When you get up to your place right by, I guess it's Caspian Lake. That is just one of the most beautiful places. When you arrive 3 hours later from leaving here. There's nothing like it. I love it up there. Your place is great.
Yeah.
That area is great.
Yeah, it is lovely. But I just get after a while, I'm just simply done with it. So there's 1-on-1 so far. So at that point, I ran out of stuff. I couldn't find anything. So I went to this website. And you're gonna have to speak here for a moment as I get back to this email.
Speak.
Go ahead. Tell me your second thing, Jay.
The second thing was also something my dad had mentioned when I was a kid. Was the Canadian Rockies by way of a train which goes right into Banff. I think it's spelled Banff, and Lake Louise, which is just surrounded by huge mountains and snow-capped. It's just the most amazing, beautiful place. I've been talking to my dad for quite a bit over the past couple of years about possibly taking that trip, and he's getting along, but he's not as mobile as he used to be. So completing that trip with him would be a difficult task. But so there's that. That's I don't know if you know where that is.
I don't. I have been to part of the I've been to Glacier National Park. That's the Rockies, right?
Yeah, that's
so.
that's in
Montana.
Colorado. Oh, Montana, that's correct. Yeah, that's right.
So I haven't been to the Canadian.
Yeah, the Canadian Rockies are just north of there.
It is to be near real mountains. We're here in Boston, so we don't really have real mountains. Is awesome. Is a difference. We don't have there's not one real mountain up in north.
So you
around
wouldn't
here?
you wouldn't consider? Oh, around here, you mean? But
right.
Well, I mean, are you talking 3 hours away?
No, not even in Vermont. Or,
you don't think so?
Well, I guess Tuckerman's Ravine in New Hampshire is pretty cool. Yeah, but it can't compete with the Rockies.
Absolutely
Glacial
not.
National Park.
No, absolutely not. No.
Those are like crazy. So once again, you're finding yourself outside
I know,
in the elements.
Yeah, that's true. I like it. I mean, I think it's just for me, it's exhilarating to be outside. I'd rather be out there. You were saying that you looked you were looking at a site or something.
Yeah, if you're your 20-second lunch date, talk reggae and hiking in
there you
mountains.
go. That's good. I should put those two together.
Okay, so this is what we have. This is the official bucketlist.com site. Things to do on your bucket list ideas. Swim with the dolphins. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm. No effing thank you. Thank you very much, though. Sounds great. Jesus. Have you ever dealt with dolphins?
No, I did swim with the stingrays, which was actually pretty cool in Caymans.
Yeah, I could think that would be cool. Grand Cayman is supposed to be some of the best scuba diving in the world. Here's one for jerks. Learn a new language. That's for.
But I'd like to learn Spanish, though.
I would like to just know it, but you don't want to be walking around saying "escuchan" constantly and learning it. God, I can't. It's good to know these things are out there. So this is number 3, Jay. This one, actually, I love this idea. See the Northern Lights.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That would be kick-ass because that's an incredible phenomenon.
Oh, yeah. No. I think it's visible from down here from time to time.
That, but it's,
I've never seen it. But
here's one. Bungee jump.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm not going to do that either, and I don't generally hang out with people who want to do that. I mean, what a way to go. First of all, why is there a thrill in scaring the bleep out of yourself and then miraculously surviving? Why is that a thrill?
I almost threw up at I have a VR set, and they have a bungee jumping 3D bungee jumping application. It is sickening. It makes me sick to my stomach because it's like a GoPro that sends you over the edge of a bridge.
Yes. Oh no, I've done that too. Maybe with yours actually. And I don't like that crap. I don't.
Yeah, it makes me feel sick.
Yeah, I actually in the stairway at my work. It's only 8 stories up. I don't like even looking down at the stairway. I'm like somehow this is to go wrong. By the way, the thing I had to do a couple of minutes ago was we've got some UFC fighters coming to where I work, which is for the time being the Boston Herald, and they want to see if we want to have them on the air. But I said, no, thank you. I don't know anything about the UFC. But there's another thing that some people do later in life as well. They get into ultimate fighting and stuff. And that seems... Are you freaking kidding me? You want somebody to cave your nose in?
I don't want to be inside the cage. I don't mind. I hung out with a couple of guys in Chicago that liked watching the UFC, and so I went out with them to see those fights at a bar.
It's so violent, man.
It is very violent.
Did you see it on the screen at a bar or in the bar?
No, not on the screen. Yes, but it is so violent, and at the same time, it's pretty awesome to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel bad when one guy gets punched out and just folds onto himself onto the floor. It is
so
brutal. Oh yeah,
it is disgusting.
Oh yeah.
So I've met 2 UFC fighters. So I've met one real one who's famous. I forgot his name. But then I met 2 others who have done it to some degree, to some amateur degree, whatever. You know, the guys they're ripped. They know some martial arts, whatever. And what I've noticed about them is both of the guys are really awesome guys. I mean, totally no airs about them. Really interested in conversations and helping you if you want to get into shape or whatever. They're like totally.
Yeah, nice.
I assume Conor McGregor or whatever is not like that, but these guys were really good. I think a lot of those violent sports like hockey and whatever, the guys are chill because I mean, what else do you have to prove?
What else we got on that list?
Here's another one for jerks, but go skydiving. Why?
Yeah, not going to do that.
No. Go on a cruise. I've been on a bunch of
have.
cruises.
I wouldn't go again if I had a choice. Unless unless it was paid for, I'd go ahead maybe. But I don't think a cruise is not for me anymore. Once you get step foot on the island, you have to be back in 4 hours before your ship leaves. To me, that's not fun. I want to usually when I go to do an island, I want to check out the local scene and really get into what's going on. I don't like the restriction of hopping off a cruise ship for 30 minutes and being back. So. But, I mean, it was cool to go on it. I went on, and I think you went on the same boat as SS Norway.
Oh, yeah. That's been torn apart, right? Torn asunder?
It was shipped around for many years, and then finally torn apart a few years ago. But it was the largest cruise ship at the time.
Oh, yeah.
1,035 feet long.
And it's an old ocean liner, and there aren't too many of those left.
It used to be the SS France, I think.
Yep, and there aren't too many of those left like that with a triple stacks or whatever. How many of those had that looked like Titanic era? It wasn't quite, they're like beautiful old Cunard looking,
like the Queen Mary in Long Beach or whatever. Whatever that is. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the QE2 is still technically.
That's what it is. Is it QE or Queen Mary?
No, the Queen Mary's in Long Beach. But
okay,
the QE2 is still it's a transatlantic liner.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's still.
No
it
kidding.
got stuck in Boston a few years ago.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There was a Queen Elizabeth, which probably got sunk by U-boats or something, and then the QE2.
QE2. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it does come around here. And those, they don't make those like those anymore either, I think, Jay, where the ship rolls in rough seas. Like even the Norway would roll.
Yeah.
And you'd have that one day where they'd have all the doggy bags.
Oh, yeah.
The barf
lined
bags.
along the decks. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a great time. That was a great time. And I like the idea of a cruise. I guess they were disqualified because we've done it.
That's right.
But I would do it again. I think there's something for, I think there's something for going on vacations that are a little tacky, even though they're against the grain of what you might want to do.
Something
even
different.
If they bring you to 6 destinations and,
I would do
Cozumel and Cancun and wherever they go, and there's a wreck dive that's been overly done, and, there's still something fun, nice and easy and fun about a contained trip.
Well, I see the value in taking a cruise in the Greek islands or up like the Danube River or one of those, Viking cruises, or even Alaska for that matter.
Yeah.
There are certain places or geographic places that are ideal for a cruise. But what I wouldn't do is probably a Caribbean cruise where you hop on and hop off different islands. I'd rather just fly directly to the island and enjoy it for a week to really get the flavor of it. So cruise is no good. What about the next one?
Well, you can't, because it's no good for us anyway. But I do think what was I going to say? Oh yes. So like on some cruises, we always had the ability to go check out like Mayan ruins, but it's always like a 3.5 hour van ride through like
Chichen Itza,
through wherever it is, through cartel
with
country.
Armed cartels. Yes.
Exactly. No, thank you. Okay, let's go to our next one here. This one I have done. Ride on a hot air balloon.
Okay, I have not, but I don't think I really have a desire to.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible. We got this from my mother for a birthday present from my mother, my brother, and myself, and it's terrible. I thought it wouldn't be great. I didn't want it. I protested. I said, "Don't get me a ride on a hot air balloon," and it was terrible. It's very loud. It's very crude, and if you're tall, you're close to the flame.
Oh, jeez.
And also, it's random. They land where they land.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they're at the mercy of the wind currents.
Right, and
it just seems so isolated and dangerous.
It is, and when you're up there, there's no noise up there, so it's just kind of. It's not. I'm good.
Not a lot of rescue protocols for hot air balloons, really. I mean, either you hit the power lines or drop from.
Yeah, and the power lines. That's no way to go. And especially the thing can burst into flames. Falling in that basket, saying, "Great, I'm not even falling 20,000 feet where that could be interesting for a little bit. I'm like 800 feet in the air." All right, this next one: visit a volcano.
I've done that actually.
You have?
Yeah. The So Free volcano in St. Lucia, actually. It's between the Piton Mountains, the Grand Piton and the Petit Piton. So
is this in the Caribbean?
It is St. Lucia, and you'll recognize the mountains because it's in Superman 2. Actually, when he went to go pick a Birds of Paradise flower, I believe it is.
It's been a while.
And that was actually the mountains of St. Lucia where we went inside the volcano. It was bubbling and everything. It wasn't lava, but it was
is
sulfur.
this one of those? Is St. Lucia one of the places that was totally level?
That's Montserrat. Yeah,
Montserrat,
Montserrat,
okay.
yeah, where I've also been in that volcano too.
Really?
Before it exploded. I think it went off in 95-ish or something like that. But before that, we went down into that volcano. So,
you could go into it.
oh, yeah. So
Jesus.
I would say that if I went into that volcano, I think it was 92, and it went off in 95, that in the grand scheme of time, I almost got killed. Like, it was very close call.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If you're talking about 80 million years,
That's
then
right.
This was that. It was that
Indeed.
close.
It's practically the next day or the next hour.
Maybe you can file for damages.
Exactly. Montserrat was almost all of it was destroyed.
So what's in it? So you walk into the thing.
Well, it's not like a classic crater that you see on Joe versus Volcano or anything like that. But no, it's a mess. It's a big cauldron, and you can drive almost close to it and then hike into it a little bit. They're dormant, somewhat.
Is
dormant.
it hot?
Yeah. Well, as you get close to the bubbles and the sort of the puddles of sulfur and all that, it's hot. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, very cool.
So
yeah,
I went,
steam
I
and
went
stuff
to
like that.
Santorini when I was in a
Santorini, oh yeah,
teenager, and I didn't really realize then that that's all a volcano.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
a huge
rim
volcano.
of a volcano.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jeez.
So what about? Didn't you go to Yellowstone before?
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
No, I've not been to Yellowstone, so I haven't seen a geyser, which I'd like to see too.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
I don't like the idea that Old Faithful is like at 45% capacity now.
Yeah,
it's not what it was.
yeah.
So I haven't seen a lot of those kind of prehistoric things, like the La Brea tar pits. Have you seen that?
I think it's very underwhelming.
Does it even exist, or is it like the Plymouth Rock, which is not
exactly? It is similar to Plymouth Rock, but in terms of you get there and it's just not what you expect.
So that's another thing. I've been thinking about this. When you go to those places that aren't what you expect at all, like a good one I think is like we mentioned Plymouth Rock, but I've heard that the Sphinx is like there's a Circle K right there and a U-Haul and then the Sphinx and then many more shops and things like that, and that it's like it's not what you think.
I heard that about the Alamo as well.
The Alamo is like that, although it's cool.
Okay, I haven't been.
It's just way out of place because San Antonio is very contemporary, except for the Alamo.
Okay,
just plopped right there in the middle of the thing. But it is a cool. San Antonio is a cool city because it's built along a river and there's a river walk and all that stuff.
Yeah.
At least it used to be, and you can go in the Alamo and you can see, I think Davy Crockett's hair is in there.
Interesting. Wow.
And, yeah, but it is a terrible story. I mean, there was a siege and they all got murdered to death.
Oh wow!
That was not a win for the
murdered to death.
Yeah, murdered to death. Most of the murders were fatal in that day.
Excellent. What do we got in that list? What else we got?
Let's see what else we got. Get married. Shut up.
Where'd you get this list? Is it just bucketlist.com?
It's got to be the official one. Float in the Dead Sea. So it is. It's obviously it's full of salt water, right? I assume that's what makes it so buoyant.
So. Yeah, that's right. That's supposed to be one of the most one of the best diving spots, I believe, in the world. I've never.
Here's the problem, Jay, and this is a factor that we have to factor in. I think is that it's got to attract a lot of jerks.
What?
My
floating
wife and I are here. We're gonna float the Dead Sea for a little bit. The kind of people who want to do that and catch that kind
just
of
to put it on their
serenity,
resume, whether they like to do it or not,
and their bucket list. Here's another one that's visit Niagara Falls, which I think we've both done.
I have, yes, a couple of times.
It's pretty awesome.
It is. That's something that's also it's flowing at not full capacity. And they do that on purpose. I guess they cut the flow way up the river. Yeah.
Oh, really? It's to capture
that is amazing,
electricity. That thing is.
To
think that people went over that thing,
I know,
in a bucket.
That's my favorite part of the tours is seeing all those barrels.
Speaking of Superman,
exactly.
Superman. Exactly. Actually, this is it's got a
comes full circle there.
Yeah. But and the power of the thing. Like I would say, a lot of times you want to stay away from touristy stuff, but do the damn Maid of the Mist. That
and the tunnels. The tunnels are freaky and scary. I mean, you go right underneath
behind
the
waterfall.
Yeah, it does. You go right underneath, and it's right in front of you, and the tunnel is leaking, and it's just
cool.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I have been into actually we camped overnight in front of Carlsbad Cavern.
Oh yeah, that's in
New Mexico.
Okay.
Or Arizona, one of the two.
Okay.
This was right out of high school. Drove across the country and it was really cool. We were just trying to find it. There was no GPS back then, and this is really late at night, and all we could see as we were approaching to where we thought was the beginning of it was the eyes of animals everywhere.
Oh wow!
You know, this is how,
Oh man!
oh, it was fantastic. These little eyes everywhere. We just slept in the truck and woke up in the morning and took the tour. And
Oh
walked
wow!
into the
Very
cavern.
cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
and you go to these old caverns like that, and you see there's old rope ladders and things.
Oh,
from
yeah.
200 years
Excellent.
ago.
I like
Oh,
that.
Man.
I like that.
Don't go spelunking alone and fall in a cave and need medical attention before there is.
Is that Mr. Franco we're talking about? No, that's not Spelunk. Yeah, you remember what's that? 27 hours? Are you talking about? Were you referring to him?
No. Well, was he spelunking?
I don't. Well,
That's when you jump into a cave.
Oh, okay, right.
Is this the guy who had to bite his arm off or something?
That's
Cut it
correct.
off? Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe he was doing that. It means other things in other circles. All right, here's one for a total jerk and everybody under 36. Get a tattoo.
Come on.
Everybody has tattoos.
Do you have one?
No,
I don't either.
I don't. Somebody I'm close to has one, but she is under 36.
Is that your wife?
It might be. Let's see. See the Grand Canyon. It's fine.
I haven't been. I'd like to, but
Same
I don't.
here.
I don't want to rent an RV to do it.
Oh, you don't think renting an RV would be?
I think it would be cool.
fantastic?
Actually, I just don't like to admit it.
I know it would be fantastic.
I agreed.
Road trip with friends. Obviously, we know that. And there should be another one called Road Trip with Friends Sober. That one wouldn't be so good. Okay, ride a gondola in Venice. I would say no. You've been to Venice?
I've been to Venice.
It's gorgeous.
It's an incredible city.
Yeah, I would love to go there again. I've been there as well, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The gondolas are about $800, I think, for 10 minutes.
Yep.
No, thank you.
To me, the best thing to do in Venice is to do nothing but walk the streets, which are
Correct.
canals. That's the best thing to do. It's incredible.
Yes, it's awesome.
And to go to Cafe Florence.
And the place where the birds come at the right time. Oh, if you're a
that's
cat
right.
person, you'll like Venice too. Okay, here's another one for a jerk and a liar. These are jerks and liars. This one: throw a dart at a map and travel wherever it lands. How many people stand by the letter of the law with that one?
I know.
Very few.
Let's just move it a couple inches to
I know.
New York City instead of
Poughkeepsie.
instead of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
All right, here we go. There's one for a jerk. Okay. Attend a masquerade ball. I'm over it.
Like at New Orleans.
I don't know. It's one of these balls with this creepy mask.
Oh yeah, like a Eyes Wide Shut thing.
Yeah, that was. I don't want anything to do with anything that happens like that movie. Oh, here's a jerk one. Unplug for 48 hours.
Come on.
Shut up.
I do like doing that though, and I do it, which is nice.
Let's see. To unplug?
Yeah.
I don't see the use. I like knowing.
I know,
like
you're
to
right,
have the
yeah.
stimuli and know what's going on in the world.
Oh yeah, I think it's just relaxing, stress free, just shutting everything off. I do it when I arrive at camping every year, like I said, up in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
I shut everything off, throw it in the golf apartment. I don't see it for a week.
All except the I Shoulda Did More Reading podcast, which actually adds
Of
to
course.
the stress-free experience. Jump into a pool fully clothed. Really? my
What
grandmother
does
here?
falling in count?
Yeah. All right. I think we've all been there. Hang on. Send a message in a bottle. This is, I think, this falls along gender lines. I think
I actually might have done that.
you did.
Maybe. Is there a problem?
Well, it matters what the note says. I don't know if you were hoping for a handsome prince to rescue you.
How did you know?
Visit a castle.
I believe so.
That one that's on Monty Python. The one
Holy
what's
Grail?
Yes, the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
That one. That's in France, I think, right?
I'm not sure where it is.
Or maybe the French were just occupying it in that scene. I think
Uh,
they were.
I'm not sure. Have you been to Bolt Castle?
No, I don't think so.
It's part of the 10,000 islands in the St. Lawrence River. Look it up. It's pretty cool.
In New York? Is this
yeah.
on that heading up from the city, from New York City?
No, it's actually in the St. Lawrence River, so it's a top of New York. I think it's New York.
And where those cool banks are, the steep banks along the St. Lawrence? Is that the St. Lawrence?
Yeah,
don't know if
I think
it
so.
is. That whole area does fascinate me.
Yeah.
I'd like to check that out. Visit the White House. We've both done that.
Yeah.
Not an official state visit. But I did it as a kid, of course. It was great. And then I did it recently. And what I noticed recently about it is it's really an old mansion.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell how many times stuff's been painted over. And it's not musty, but it's definitely got some years to it.
Interesting, yeah.
And
It's been a while since I've been. Same thing that reminds me of Graceland.
Really?
It's so tiny and small and old, and it's just like a normal house that people buy today. You know,
Really? Is it really?
It's a simple colonial. Obviously, it has more. When you look at it from the front, it seems like a simple colonial, and it is. But then they have a lot of outhouses and things like that. Not bathrooms, but
well, Elvis is
outbuildings.
from very modest beginnings.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, so
Well, that was extravagant then. So
right,
Yeah.
and that was did his mother live with him, or she was around there?
I don't
right?
recall. No,
So here we go. Go on an African safari.
I'm not
Good.
sure. Yeah,
Good.
I don't think I would. I'd rather
Yeah.
do something else. Maybe
Yeah, I'm not
I don't know.
gonna. I don't want to. No,
I don't want to get mauled by anything.
I don't. Yep, and I don't want to blow away anything with tusks and pose next to it on Facebook. And also, I believe it's hot as hell. Yeah, I can't.
I'm okay.
I can't imagine. I'm gonna walk on the Great Wall of China now. So this I've heard that this Great Wall of China that there's only a small, tiny section that all the tourists go
really?
to.
Oh, that's great.
The whole rest,
Pack
the
them
rest
all
of
in.
the things just a wreck.
And I heard when you leave the Wall of China, they have to go through the gift shop.
It's probably not untrue. Actually, I know somebody who just went to
I
the
just-
Vatican and they talked about the gift shop being
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, I recall that.
See.
Yeah.
So go to the top of the Eiffel Tower, Rusty.
Rusty, I haven't been to Paris. It would be
I haven't either.
yeah, that'd be somewhere I'd like to go.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe if they don't like Americans. I mean, that, I would.
It's true.
At this point, I would understand. But I guess so. I would certainly not go on a trip just to Paris. If it was something where I could take the Channel and go to London, 'cause
Yeah.
I love London.
Yeah.
You
indeed.
love London, right?
I love London.
Cover someone's car in Post-it notes. All
That's
right.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Done. We have a couple of cats trying to
we've
get into
got
the studio.
There's a cat paw here. I will take a picture of this for Instagram. There's a cat paw under the door and harassing us in a threatening manner. Meow. Get your paw out of there.
No,
There it goes. There it goes. Okay, where are we here?
we were at the Paris, London. Yes, London. We were saying how awesome London is.
Oh no, you said that you liked to cover someone's car in Post-it notes.
I did not say that, but thanks.
That's what you like. So I don't hang out with anybody and never will who is into that.
Agreed. I don't know anyone that would do
No.
that. I've never even heard that before. So
No. Experience zero gravity,
that would be cool, actually.
but at what price? I'm not
Yeah.
going in the shuttle or whatever they have
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I would-
Do they have anything now?
I believe you could pay a lot of money, and do it for. I think Justin Bieber and all those people have done it.
Have they really?
Film videos and all that stuff.
Oh no, I don't want to. Or you get in that Air Force plane that just
Yeah, that goes
that
up
free
right in the
falls.
stratosphere.
Yeah. Run a marathon. You've done lots of those.
Have.
That's also.
Well, what's the matter? What's the matter with that?
Well, I mean, it is a lot of training for
It is.
something that's not really fun. It is an accomplishment.
It's awful. It's
Oh God.
Yeah.
This next one is.
Go ahead.
You continue with your marathon stuff.
No, nothing. No. The training sometimes also it doesn't matter how hard you train.
Mhm.
The day of it could fall apart, or you can have a great
Yeah.
day. So it's not necessarily reflected of the training that you put into it. It's it's an animal. And then once you're at the starting line and you're ready to do 26 miles, 0.2 miles, you're like, what the hell did I
Yeah.
get myself into? And when you reach 20, you're like, I will never do this again. Then you finish, and you think, oh, maybe I'll do one more. So anyway, it is an interesting experience, and but it's
Lot
been
of-
4 years since I did one. But
Oh yeah. There's a lot of for somebody who likes tchotchkes like me.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Attending one is worth it. The Boston Marathon's got all sorts of tchotchkes.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got away with a case of guacamole a few years ago. Here's one that really this is the dividing line between people. See a Cirque du Soleil show.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I would stay away from any person that would even think about doing that.
And I think that we
Wait,
could
I
go
think
further.
Dana likes that.
We think regardless of who likes it, even if it is your wife, I think we could agree as civilized people that anybody who does like it should certainly be incarcerated. Certainly. For a amount of time because
You know who you are.
Yeah, well, it's not good. I mean, among other things, and it's also creepy. Imagine waiting in a line to go to that and sit there and watch that for an hour and a half, having paid for that. Jesus,
Some people like it.
go rock climbing. Nothing.
I do not want to do that.
No, that's another thing that's fairly unforgiving if you slip.
Absolutely, there's no room for error there.
Visit Ireland. I would like to visit
I would
Ireland.
definitely like to do a cultural pub tour of Ireland.
Poor Irish can't get away from the pubs. But so would I. It would be great to have a driver take you across the countryside and just like hit the pub and another one. And
Absolutely.
It seems like it would be really cool.
I'd love that.
Yeah. And actually, the Irish are really good ambassadors for Ireland.
Yeah.
Boston and Chicago.
Yeah, no, they're like the sister sort of.
It brings us back to she.
She.
Visit Times Square, yes.
My son loves Times Square.
Well, of course, now it's full
night.
of Marvel Comics heroes that will take a picture with you and demand money.
Exactly.
Or they'll beat
$20.
the crap out of you if you don't. Visit Sydney, Australia. Now, what is your feeling on this?
I'd love to go to Australia. Maybe it's Sydney especially, but all other parts of it as well. I mean, there's so much to see down there, and the Barrier Reef and all the towns. I mean, looks like an amazing city from what I've seen and read about. And so yeah, I would love to do that.
There is what I call, Jay, a barrier to entry.
What is that?
So in business, that's means something. But from my feeling is this. Is that's a long ride, man.
Oh, yeah.
To get from here to there is like 23 hours or something.
Yeah, but I guess, if you go there, you got to go to New Zealand and you got to do all that and make a few weeks out of it, 2-3 weeks, I would imagine.
Yeah, and New Zealand has no predators, no pests. Did you realize that?
I didn't know that.
New Zealand doesn't have anything that bites you and nothing that slithers. They don't have snakes in New Zealand. They have nothing bad in New Zealand.
So I think did they introduce the mongoose to get rid of the snakes or something like that? Is that what I heard?
Did they?
I don't know.
All right.
I think that might just be something I just thought about.
All right. Start a blog. No, that's for losers. Go to a shooting range.
I've done that.
I'd do that again, although it would really be a tough way to if you screw that's a cat, by the way, haranguing us. That would be a tough way to go. Like screwing up, suddenly you drop your pistol and it shoots you with the head. Man.
So, but the skeet shooting is funny. Have you done that with a shotgun?
When I was very much younger, there was a lot of pressure. I didn't perform under pressure.
Still don't. But my dad took us all out there to the range, and we did that. It was very fun.
Where's the range?
I don't remember.
I don't think there was a range.
Dunstable or
I think
something
you just did
like
it somewhere. Okay. Go parachuting. We talked about that.
Negative.
All right. Learn how to play the guitar.
You still do you know how to play the guitar?
I can play it badly. I can.
I have one, but I haven't learned how to play it.
Well, here's the thing: is that that's the problem. Is that learning to play the guitar the right way is boring as hell.
Yeah, it must take time, right?
It's just not fun. Music theory and all that is not fun. Having somebody show you how to play the songs you like and learning that way, that can be fun.
Can you eventually know how to play starting from that end instead of
yes?
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely, just with your fundamentals skewed, of course, because everything that you know, comes from, in your case, comes from like Peter Tosh's music. And,
hey, take it easy.
So, explore Iceland.
I would like to. I talked to Dan about that several times over the past few years. I'd love to go to Reykjavik and check it out.
It is close.
It's very close.
I've heard
for a lot of
single fellows, it's a great place to go.
Yeah?
American single fellows go to Iceland and always go back there. I don't know if there's anything for us.
I think it's a beautiful place, but I also think, from what I heard, there's a lot of problems out there as well, and with the drinking and drugs and all that, because it's a very lonely place.
Oh, yeah. Well, probably a lot of suicides. A lot of those places. See the redwoods?
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're nice.
They're big trees. They're
cool.
fine.
They're cool.
I wouldn't pay.
I like them. We camped out in the redwoods back in '98 or something like that.
Did you really?
Yeah, very cool. And Jim Lazon's VW camper van, which is very cool.
Nice. I wonder if that's what camper van Beethoven is from.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Can't be. Go hiking in the rainforest. I'm good with that. Thank you.
I did that. St. Croix has a rainforest.
Oh, stop. They mean the rainforest.
It is a rainforest. It also has a bar in there.
Ride an elephant in Thailand. No, thank you.
I'm all right with that. I don't want to get stomped on.
Yeah, the elephants are unforgiving bastards. They hold a grudge. They do.
They never forget.
Yeah, they hold a grudge. I can't. No, thank you. And plus, what's?
I never heard that they hold a grudge. I heard that they don't forget.
Look up the Smithsonian or what's it? National Geographic.
Oh, okay.
They did a special on elephants like 10 years ago.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're bastards.
Huh.
And they remember you. And they there are some animals that have bleep lists. We're doing bucket lists. They have bleep lists. Remember those guys went to the San Diego Zoo and taunted the tiger?
No.
It was like 5 years ago or something. They taunted the tiger, threw something at it or whatever, and then totally harangued it. And then walked further into the zoo. The tiger got out of the cage, ran past other people,
Whoa.
found them, and kicked their...
Oh, that's great. I like that.
Well, I mean, you don't think there's ramifications for taunting the tiger generally.
No.
Visit Morocco, I think we're good. Go ghost hunting.
Jeez.
Really?
Come on.
Yeah, I know. Jesus.
I'm all right with that.
It's the kind of thing, though, that, once again, that maybe if you were on a date, it's the kind of thing that you might want to do to,
Sure, around Halloween.
Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts?
Boy, I don't know. I go back and forth sometimes. I don't know. I think maybe they exist. I know that you had some at your house.
I did. That was a weird thing. I did. That was weird. I had sometimes I think about that and wonder, like, where was that, like a gas leak in the house? And it was because I'm not a person who believes in stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
right.
But certainly some stuff was happening then, and our next door neighbor too.
Yeah, no. When you told me about those stories, I was pretty taken aback by it. And
it's right. You and Dana were afraid.
Yeah, to stay there one time. But,
I don't blame it. But the thing is that the experience was totally. It felt it had to do with the sounds coming towards me while I was in bed, and I don't think I actually saw anything. I was hearing in things.
Yeah,
and these sounds of something running towards me, and then stuff happening outside, and then really, which to put over the top was the sound of kids singing outside.
Well, then the history of that you had mentioned about, right?
Is that I found out later that somebody walked by and said that there used to be 2 willow trees here, and kids used to do a figure of 8 and sing running around the willow trees in this class that was either a daycare or a dance class. Wow. So there was all sorts of stuff, and then I remember the sound of something walking up above.
Wow.
And there was something walking in the room is how it started. And this whole, I don't know how long this thing took, but then anyway, the next day I told my mother and my brother and everybody. I said, you guys, I don't know, you don't have to believe me or not, but this happened last night.
Yeah.
I said, there was walking happening, and as I was telling them, it happened right above us. Yeah.
Wow.
And my brother acknowledges, my brother is a...
Oh, is that right?
He acknowledges that there was something while we were talking in the kitchen about the walking, that something was happening. Jeez. He's not ready to commit that it was a ghost. My mother was. She was like, I'm all in, it's a ghost.
Wow.
But there was definitely something.
How old's your house?
About 100 years old.
A lot of stories, though. There's also an outbuilding, too, right in the corner or something like that? Yeah, and that was a store or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a pretty crazy story.
That was the only time.
Yeah.
But there is something, like, there is something to be. I mean, have you been outside without a flashlight in pitch dark, like in the woods?
Yeah.
There is something where it seems like there's a lot of energy happening.
Yeah, you were stuck out in the woods for an evening, weren't you?
We were, and that was I was with somebody.
Yeah.
Me and another guy went out. We were looking for a bar, and we got lost way in the woods.
That's an interesting way to go, but go ahead.
It was. Well, that's its own story. That's its own,
some other time.
Yeah, that's its own podcast. But yeah, that was that became some.
So no ghost hunting for a bucket list for sure.
No. Okay, be able to do the scorpion yoga pose. That's this thing.
Wow.
Probably attracts a lot of jerks, although it'd be interesting to be that strong.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I'm a few classes from that, I'd say.
Probably maybe two classes away from
walk behind a waterfall. You said that. Scuba dive the Great Barrier Reef. I'm sure you like that. I understand, and I got certified as a scuba guy as well. I understand that it's cool. I could take it or leave it. It's a lot of stuff to carry around.
It is. I think it's exhilarating. That's one of the things I actually put on my list for today was to scuba dive the Blue Hole in Belize, which is that's a pretty amazing place. It's just a massive hole. I think it's about 1,000 feet in diameter, and it's about 175 feet deep. Pretty cool.
Try haggis in Scotland.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
What is that?
Is that brain or something?
Is it
intestines? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that too.
I've only learned about haggis from So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Remember they were at the Dell. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Of course I have.
Yeah,
Stephen Wright's the helicopter pilot in that.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
from
that's
here,
right.
yeah. Okay. Well, here's one for a jerk. Knit and donate 100 scarves for the homeless. Already did that.
What?
Ride a camel. No thanks.
I'm all right with that.
Possibly the biggest jerks in the animal kingdom.
Camels?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Well, they spit at you. And they're mean.
They do spit?
Oh, yeah.
So I heard that from llamas and alpacas. Is that true with camels?
Anything with a long neck. A camel is a jerk.
All right.
They are not good animals. Oh, here's one. Here's one that you actually know for a fact that you have done. Name a star. I do know
that is bull.
Jay has done that.
That is not true. I have not done that. Thank you, Tom, but I have not
Here's
done that.
go to Canada. Jesus, aim high, huh? Wow.
Canada, America's hat.
Yep. Make a rainbow cake. Actually, that's your cake every year. Is
Yep.
one of those.
Appreciate that.
No questions asked. Oh, dude, this looks great. See firefly squids glow in Japan.
Huh, that looks pretty cool.
These blue squids, I would see it. I wouldn't put it on the bucket list
No.
ever. There's active volcano. You've done it. Fly first.
Not active.
Well, I guess it. I mean, it doesn't have to be erupting.
Oh, right. I stand right by a erupting volcano.
Read 100 books. Neither of us are going to get there.
I might be close.
What's Ben Nevis? It says climb Ben Nevis.
I don't know.
It's this mountain.
I don't know what that
Am
is.
I being punked here?
Ben Nevis.
Let me look up what Ben Nevis is really quick before we go.
So the scuba diving. There's nothing like scuba diving though. It's just the most amazing experience. What we've done too to make it even more exhilarating is we've done a couple of night dives. That is creepy.
Oh yeah, ooh, no, thank you, man. No, that's where all the really odd-looking fish are.
Oh
out
yeah,
to.
indeed.
Ben Nevis, Scottish Gaelic.
Oh, okay.
Nevis is the highest mountain in the British Isles, located in Scotland, standing 1,345 meters above sea level. It's located at the western end of the Grampian Mountains in the Lochaber
yeah.
area of Scottish Highlands, close to the town of Fort William.
You
William
probably didn't
Wallace.
know about it because there wasn't a Scotch named after it.
No. Yeah, no.
You know?
No, so that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
I would do that. Anything else that we are missing? You're not going to, for number, is this number 5?
This is show number 5.
Show number 5. At the beginning of number 6, you're not going to torch show number 5 like you did viciously. In
Well, no, I
number
just wanted
5.
to make sure people who are listening, it's not just about us. It's about experiences. And it's about we want to make sure we stay to our mission, which is try to improve ourselves.
Don't tell them what the mission is, or else they can know that we're wrong.
We're on a mission to improve our lonely
We
condition.
want them to think that if they're not understanding what we're talking about, it's their fault.
I think we're doing a good job at that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Okay.
Oh, wait, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Our next episode is going to be our last of this year. Is that correct?
No.
Well, I do need to put in. Do we have an HR department? Because I do need to put some time off.
No. There's nobody has time off. And also, you're going to need to. What are we going to need to do? We're going to need to. Oh, maybe you might have to do it on Skype then if you're going away.
Oh,
You have Skype?
are we gonna? Yeah, I'm sure I can pull it up.
We're gonna have
Is
to
there
do
such thing as
something.
Skype?
This is hugely important. These are.
Yeah.
Actually, I could do. You could do it right here with Skype. You can talk, and you'll come right over.
Oh,
right
yeah?
to this thing.
All right. Well, we'll try it out before we leave. But so we're having another episode, and then
Thursday.
Okay.
Today is Tuesday.
We don't have a topic of that yet, though.
We don't.
So we'll get back to you guys about that.
Yeah. No, but I do think it should be something that is.
Oh, let's talk about resolutions. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, is that?
We did call it
This
Get
whole
Lean
thing
in
is-
18. So
Yeah. Well, I weighed myself on Instagram. You haven't done that yet.
right. All right.
When are you going to do that?
So I did put my note. I went down to 219 from 222, and I put
did?
it into the spreadsheet. We both lost 1%.
the spreadsheet doesn't help people. Who
No,
wanna
indeed.
Check this out.
Just imagine the
Put
spreadsheet.
your damn
though.
spreadsheet. Just take a freaking picture of it then. If you're not going to do it,
I will put that up today, and then
do your Instagram video.
yeah, we'll do it.
Jesus. You don't
So we'll get it
understand.
up there, and you'll see it on Instagram.
I'm going to find us on Instagram here so people know where to find us. And maybe by Thursday we'll have all this stuff written
We'll
down.
type it up. We'll type it up. We'll print it up, and we'll put it on a wall so we know exactly
Yes.
what we're saying.
It is called the. Here we go. I don't know what's going on.
I shoulda.
I should. Is it I shoulda or shoulda?
I shoulda did.
Hold on, get back in there. I shoulda did more reading. Oh, so it is I shoulda did more reading. You can go to and check us out at I shoulda did more reading.com. We're on Twitter at I shoulda did.
Correct.
I think I said I shoulda did.
I shoulda did.
And it's Facebook is I shoulda did more reading. So all the stuff is there, and you can even email us if you like. I gotta check this email. Do you ever check it?
Actually, yeah, I have.
Good.
There's a lot of administrative stuff going on right now, but
And that is I shoulda did more reading at gmail.com. And also let us know if you want us to hit other topics. We're happy to bring knowledge and analysis to any topic. Is there anything? Do you have any more housekeeping?
I don't think so. We're gonna get more into Get Lean in 18 soon as we get closer to the year end. And other than that, that's all I
Maybe
have
we should
today.
get a guest. You know, we'll get a guest
let's get a
for
guest.
Thursday. Maybe a health and nutrition guest or something like that to talk about
Yeah.
something, some improvement stuff. Mostly just screw around and
Yeah,
annoy them.
I I don't know if they saw the. We did post some pictures and some video of the assault on Mount Hood, which we did last Saturday, which is an amazing race. It was 35 degrees and snowing out, and we had a couple of friends with us.
Yes, we
very
did.
Fun.
And that brings us to another casualty, unfortunately. JVB has also grounded. So now, of our fledgling team, both Stokey from Muskogee has been grounded for life.
Yeah.
He's only like 43 years old. He is grounded. He is not allowed to go out ever
After work.
Ever again for his wife. And now JVB is grounded. He's like under house arrest, essentially.
Exactly.
TFN, until further notice.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe some point JVB will get liberated and he can join us.
That would be fun. Yeah.
There was
Matt, our friend Matt, who
is
joined
he grounded?
us. No, he's not grounded, but he would be a nice guest to have.
Yeah.
Possibly, if we can get him on the show, it'd be great.
A lot of knowledge. All right, for Jay, this is Tom. I shoulda did more reading at gmail.com. We'll see you later.